Hey y'all, good morning. I don't have a lot of time, but I gotta tell you this story time. I've been holding on to this story time for a minute now because I was like, should I say something? Should I not say something? I don't know if God want me to reveal, so I prayed on it. I even got to the point where I was going to call my friend and ask her, can I record me telling her my story time as a blind reaction to get her reaction of what she think about this, because this is some snatch your hair off type of story time. But I didn't want to put her in the middle of my chaos because I don't know what family member watches my story time, because previously they had put this same friend in the middle of the chaos. What situation took place years ago where I stopped talking to my cousin due to just normal tactics of her behavior. And then on top of that behaviors, I try to link it to her being a part of my targeting. And so I stopped talking to her. Mind you, this is my best friend. So she's having events, and then she calls my best friend or inboxer. She probably don't even have my best friend's number. She inboxes her and invite her to the event. But previously, all the years that we've been knowing this friend of the family for more than 10 years, she never did that. But when we stopped talking, she feels the need to inbox her and invite her to her events. So that's being messy, because what they do is they try to isolate you and take away anybody's in your corner. I don't know what would have happened if my friend went to the event. So my friend calls me and goes, oh, your cousin invited me to her event. Are you going? Because I know you guys wasn't talking. I said, no, I didn't even know she was having an event. But I said, if you want to go, that's fine. I don't want to make nobody feel like you got to choose a side. Long story short, so I confront my cousin and I confronted my sister, because my sister was over planning the event as well. I said, why would y'all call my friend knowing I don't talk to her no more to go to her event? That's being messy. And for some reason, they thought that was not being messy. Talking about, so what, she knows her. I said, but look how she's doing. She never invited her anywhere before. I always just invited her as my plus one. So why would she do that now, knowing that we're not talking? That don't seem messy. My family said, no, your friend is being messy by telling you. I said, no, she's being a good friend because she's choosing to let me know that I support you and what you're going through. And I want to be there for you, which you guys are not doing. I'm talking about my family, my sisters and them. Okay, now let's lead up to the current event that took place, you guys. So recently, I gave my son a birthday party, and upon giving my son a birthday party, me and this cousin, the same cousin that I got into it with, we stopped talking for years, okay? But I have forgiven her, because remember I told y'all that I'm turning over a new leaf, like I forgive them for they don't know what they do, talking about these people that you feel like targeting you. So my son's having a party, and I talked to him about, I said, hey, are you inviting this cousin to your party? I said, because recently I will not allow her to come. I said, it's up to you, it's your choice if you want to invite her to your event. And he's like, no. I said, no, because me and my son got in a fight over him wanting to invite her to a previously party like 3 years ago when he graduated. And I was like, no, I don't want her in the event because I don't want her energy. I don't like her. And he was like, why? We still cool just because you don't talk to her. One of those type of situations. And my sister jumped in it, and they all went against me because I didn't want to invite her to the previous party. So when my son currently said no, I said, why? What's going on? Well, she's been getting into it, a lot of people, and she doesn't even speak to me. When she see me, she don't say hi or nothing like that. So I'm thinking, like, is she mad at them because my family is now talking to me? Because my family was on the edge where we was barely speaking, including my son, right? So I'm looking like she don't speak to y'all. Like, what? I'm like, dang. So was she the one behind everything, right? So get this, you guys. So all of a sudden, I'm about to start driving, so I'm sorry if you don't see my face, but please listen to my voice. It's about to get juicy. Okay, so the event takes place, and this cousin was not invited, but this cousin brother was invited, and they're real close on that side. So the brother is like, hey, he calls my son and confronts him like, hey, what's going on? Why wasn't such and such invited to the party? And he tried to make up some excuses saying he wasn't either. And my son like, I invited you verbally more than once, and I sent you an invitation. Let me screenshot it and send it to you. He said, oh yeah, maybe I overlooked it, but I want to know why my sister wasn't invited. Okay, and then so my son goes, no, because she's been getting into whatever, and he goes, excuse me, I'm stumbling, getting into it with more than one person. And then so the brother goes, well, is it because of your mom? Because if your mom doesn't want my sister at y'all party, she can't come to my wedding. And I'm like, what? So he disenrolled me from his wedding. Remember I told y'all about this wedding, I believe? I wasn't planning on going anyways. I was like, I love y'all, but from a distance is better. I don't want to get put back into the circle of getting invited and thinking I'm supposed to hang around y'all and y'all get mad when I don't come. Right? So get this. My son calls me, tells me, oh, so-and-so just called me, trying to go off on me. Mind you, these are the elders compared to my son. And I'm looking like, why are they calling you? And then why are they talking about me? And then my son said in the midst of the conversation, he kept telling my guy cousin, call my mom, just call my mom. They wouldn't call me. So I said, don't worry about it. I'll call. No answer. So I called her, the girl cousin that her brother was trying to be in defense of. No answer. Ring. So I text them in peace. I said, hey, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but you guys are calling my son and concerns about the party, and you guys are thinking it was due to me. No, it's other issues that arise within the family that has nothing to do with me. Right? And so like 30 minutes later, they called me back. I know they probably called me on three-way. And I explained to my male cousin, your sister's been causing problems, bumping heads, They, as a collective, chose not to invite her because they wanted the party to be a peaceful environment. Okay, now let me speed it up. So days went by, and I said, well, I will not be attending your wedding. I heard what you said. He says, no, I'm sorry. After speaking to you, now I know that it wasn't you. I apologize. No, since you felt that way, I will not go. Thank you. I said, because this is why the drama that you guys are keeping up is pushing me away, and that's why I stayed in my box. And I said, at first it was dark being in the box by myself, but I said it gave me peace. And I said, I love my peace, and you guys are coming back again, robbing me of my peace. Long story short, he said, okay, hung up. So his sister, now the sister called me, y'all. I haven't talked to this girl in a long time because we haven't stopped talking, because I told you I thought she was part of my gang stalking, and we had got into it. So she calls. Ring. I look at the phone like, oh, here we go. She came in peace, and she said, I want you to know that I heard that it wasn't you, and my mom and I and everybody believes you, because you never was the type of person just to lie. I said, I know. I said, because fearful people lie. What is it to lie about? And she said, that's what I know. That's one thing we do respect you, that you're not a liar. Okay? And so she said, I said, well, my sister's the one said you've been getting into them. She said, oh, all of a sudden, all the cousins don't like me that I've been getting into them, but that's funny how they don't come to me with it. I said, yeah, but when me and you got into it, I came to you with it. Okay? And so then she goes, well, my brother is really hurt that you're not coming to his wedding. I said, no, because look at the drama in it. If he can disinvite me that fast, but I said, I respect him for sticking by your side as a brother should. I wish my family would stick by my side when me and you got into it and disinvite me, because every function that I went to that was involving you, your family did not invite me to their personal functions because they stood by your side. And she said, hold on, here goes God, the juice about to drop. Hold on, wait a minute. My family was not inviting you to the functions, not because of me. It was because of your family. I said, because of my family. They go, yeah, your family was telling our family that you was crazy and to pray for her and stay away from her. She said, because we even said, well, let me call and check on her. And they said, no, my own mom. I said, from who? They said, your mom and your sisters was telling us, just pray for her, keep your distance from her, and leave her alone. And so my cousin goes, so the whole family said, whoa, well, if she's crazy like that, then let's just leave her alone. We're not going to invite her to the events. Let her get her space. And they went to the point of saying that your mom said that you was going around telling people, telling them that people was on your roof and all that. Y'all, I ain't never told my mom that somebody was on my roof. I never had that experience. I lived in a house, in an apartment. My mom was having issues with like the people following her and all that, and she would come to me and I would tell my mom, yeah, that's happening to me too, and stuff like that, to that extent, right? And then all of a sudden, guess what? So my cousin goes, so that's why if we said if her own mom and them think she crazy, why would we even deal with her? Because she not going to take to us. Okay? And then on top of that, you guys, so guess what else happened? So I go, what? what? You're right. And I'm like, yeah. They like, no, for real. And so I was like, I'm in shock. So I'm so in shock. I don't even know to be mad. I don't hurt no more, because deep down inside, my discernment kept saying, it's your own people. It's your own people. I said, I kept thinking that. I said, but yes, I was being followed. That's a true story. And I don't care if you guys don't believe me. And she goes, I believe you. People was following me too. And to this day, they still follow me. I'm cautious about it. She said, because I conducted a lawsuit. And so when I conducted that big lawsuit, people start following me, but my lawyer advised me that this was happening. She said, and if your family don't believe you, they wrong for that, they can come talk to me, because it does happen. Y'all stay tuned for part 2. When I get off work, I gotta tell y'all part 2, because guess what happened? So I didn't want to say nothing, and all of a sudden my sister, I in a text message, I said, hey, I talked to her cousin. They like, oh, that's good, I'm glad that you guys are talking now. And I said, oh, yeah? And I said, I'm just proud of how they family stick together. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, they stick together, but we don't. My sister goes, what are you talking about? Oh, call me. So I called my sister, and I got to tell you what they said. And I told them, y'all was the ones talking about me, not her. So y'all think I'm crazy? But out of sisterly love, nobody came to me to tell me that I was crazy. Part 2 when I get off, y'all.